makers, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a fun tutorial on a Finding Nemo inspired painting with Dory and Marlin in some coral underwater. Very pretty. Our colors today are white, black, dark blue, light blue, orange, fluorescent violet, and yellow. I have some mixing plates to mix up all my colors, something with some water in it like a can or cup, some paper towels, and I'm using just 2 brushes today. I have 1 square flat brush and 1 small pointy brush. Now, first step to our painting is our background color or colors. We have 2. We're going to start with our darkest first, and we're going to grab our big square brush. We're going to be mixing up a nice big scoop of our dark blue and a little bit of black to create a lovely midnight blue. Then with this color, starting from the bottom left-hand corner, we're going to throw this in a very large majority of our canvas and stop somewhere about past halfway up towards the right-hand corner. Then we're going to be mixing up a lighter blue with some white and a little bit of our dark blue. Mix, mix, mix. And we're going to be throwing this in the top right-hand corner. And as we work down towards our midnight blue, we're going to have them start to blend together. So you want both colors to be wet, and you just want to keep working at that nice angle and get a lovely blend. Now, before we do anything else, we do need to let our painting dry so we can add everything else on top. Next up, we're going to be focusing on the bodies of our fish. So starting with Dory, we're going to take our small pointy brush and grab a nice big scoop of white and a scoop of our light blue and mix those up. Now, the basic shape is going to be like an eyeball or a football, and Dory's body is going to be a little bit bigger. So somewhere in the middle or right above the center, we're going to be drawing a rainbow shape that kind of stops before you get all the way to the other side. And then we're going to mimic that same shape but on the opposite side. Then we have a lovely football. We can take that color and fill in the body for Dory. Next, we're going to create the body for the dad, of course, not Nemo. It could be Nemo if you want it. Make it a little bit smaller if you want it to be Nemo. And we are going to be drawing the same exact shape, but with white paint right underneath of Dory. Sticking with the white paint, we're going to create the back tail fins for our Marlin. And this is basically like the shape of a Dorito or a triangle, and the end of the tail is a little bit more rounded as opposed to really straight. We're also going to be adding some top fins to our bottom fish here. These are nice rainbow shapes. We have one that's smaller and one that's larger towards the front of the head. A little small one on the bottom, and then one small triangle shape, which is going to be the actual fin they use to swim around on the side. We're also going to be taking this white paint to Dory and creating the back fin for Dory as well. Same shape, just a little bit larger. And the one line connecting the 2 lines together is concaved inward. Next, we're going to be focusing on the fins for Dory. We're going to be adding some white to the light blue we created for the base of her body. Adding a little bit of yellow to it to give it a more teal vibe. And this is going to be used for the top fin and bottom fin. The top fin is one long line that starts off really thin towards the tail and then gets thicker towards the center of her body and stops just before you get to the end of the head. We're going to create the same shape on the bottom of the body, but this one is a lot shorter. And we're going to add one more fin to the bottom center of Dory's body. This is like a triangle shape that's tilted backwards. So you'll draw a line straight down and then curve the line up to the body to create this odd fin shape. Next, we're going to paint in all of our coral or all of our seaweed, whatever you envision these to be. With our small pointy brush in some white paint, we're going to be drawing these wiggle lines. Some of them are taller, some of them are shorter. You can have them very close together or more spread apart. It's really up to you. Start at the tip of the, let's just call it seaweed, and then drag downwards towards the sides or the bottom of your canvas. Next, with the white paint, we're going to be adding some bubbles. Some bubbles are really small and just a dot, but some get a little bit bigger and you can actually see the blue through it. So you'll draw a whole circle. You can add as many or as few of these as you like. Feel free to have some of them go in a little bit of a wiggle line as if they're floating from the mouth of the fish, or just some bubbles out and away wherever you want in your water. Next step, we are going to be creating some features for Dory. So we're going to be taking some black paint with our small pointy brush and starting to draw a line along the top edge of her head, starting from the tail, stopping just before the tip of the face. Then from there, we're going to draw a very strange shape where you come straight inward, then you dip down like a U, and then up into a point where we ended the first line. We're going to draw a oval shape in the center of the shape we just created, and this almost looks like a gas pump handle, if you will. And then we're going to take the black paint and fill it in. We're also going to take the black paint to add a little smiley face to the end of Dory's face. Then with a clean brush, we're going to grab a scoop of white and a scoop of yellow and mix that up. This is the color for Dory's tail as well as one other fin that she has. So we're going to work to fill in the tail first. And then we're going to draw a small fin in the middle of Dory's body. This is also like a triangle shape, almost mimicking the shape of her back fin, but a whole lot smaller, kind of like an arrowhead. Then we're going to be creating a new type of yellow for Marlin. We're going to be adding just a little bit of orange to make the yellow a little bit warmer. And with this color, we're going to be filling in all of the fins for Marlin. Actually, all the fins except for the back one. With a clean brush, we're going to be taking some orange paint and mixing it into the light yellow shade we created. This is going to be the base color for all the stripes in Marlin. We're going to start with the head. We're going to be drawing this rounded line, almost like a C shape, and fill in the front section of the face. We're also going to be adding this color in the back tail and a couple wiggle lines in the body. Next, with a clean brush, we're going to be getting into some white paint and adding the eyes to both of our fish. Just small little circles will be best for this. Next, we're going to come back down to our seaweed or coral and mix up a very lovely purpley pink color with a scoop of fluorescent violet and a big scoop of white. Mix, 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 and to a couple of the pieces of seaweed on the left. You could do 4 pieces, 5 pieces, 3 pieces, really up to you. We're just wiggling some of this color in, just, to add a little bit more saturation and fun coloration to this painting. next color for our seaweed is going to be a lovely green. I'm going to grab a scoop of white, a scoop of light blue, and a little bit of yellow and mix those up. We should have sort of like a minty green color. And again, in about 4 or 5 of these seaweed pieces, we're going to be throwing in this green. It's going to be in the center. The last color is a nice yellow. It's going to be a scoop of white and a scoop of yellow, mix them together. And we're going to be throwing that in the last couple pieces of our seaweed. We're going to finish off with a couple facial features like black paint to create the smile for Marlin and to add some pupils into the center of our fish's eyes. For the pupils, I find it easier to actually use the back handle of my brush and then poke my painting. And the last step is going to be adding a little highlight of white to the top of my eyes for my fish. Now, this is the last and final step, so don't forget to sign your painting when you're all done, and we'd love to see how your paintings turned out at home. Feel free to post on social media, and don't forget to tag us at muse_paintbar so we can check them out. If you want to see more from our channel, make sure you like and subscribe. And with that, don't forget to always paint outside the lines.